It's a me, it's a F-A-P, live, coming at you from the Master Kingdom. Not really, I'm just joking. It's not even live either. And I'm coming at you with part 2 of the Godzilla collection thing. And now, starting with the Heisei era, I have Godzilla vs. Biollante. I don't have Godzilla 1985, I think it is, because I don't really want it. Anyways, this is from Miramax, this DVD, of course, and Lionsgate, and it's a DVD video. I have to show all this so I don't get copyrighted. It's in 16:9 widescreen. That's always good. Now, this movie, the one I like about this so much is that it actually has special features. My god, I'm so happy because all the TriStar Godzilla movies don't have any special features at all. It's just change the language, but the only language they have is English and subtitles. Like, excuse me? Are you like not there? But that's why I like Godzilla vs. Biollante. Plus, Biollante is a very interesting creature. It's my cousin's favorite. That's pretty good. I haven't watched the movie, but I know the gist of it, and since I don't need to spoil the plot, I don't need to. It's a very good movie. It's darker as in terms of just atmosphere in this movie, mostly because everything's usually like foggy and dark. I mean, except when it's daytime. Like, as you can already tell in the pictures, it's kind of murky and stuff like that. And in this picture where there's fighting Godzilla, it's pretty cool, but yeah. I watched the special features, though, making of Godzilla vs. Biollante and behind the design. This is, like, my favorite special features of all, because this is actually, like, an hour-long making of Godzilla vs. Biollante. And they show you how they use, like, the tank at Touhou, and, like, how they made the Biollante, and how they made it move, and how they didn't want Biollante to move in the first place, but then they changed it so they had to get like 30 or like 50 like volunteers to like help move it. It's just amazing. And then behind the design, I don't know what they were like doing, but like in the first couple designs they had, it would basically look like a giant rose with like super thin legs. I was like, how would they ever get that to move? It'd be like their head would be so heavy it would just crush the legs. Anyways, pretty good movie. It's probably the most recommended I have for you guys, as in if you like special features and all that. And it actually, on the title screen, it actually has like moving, like the main menu is actually, they put effort into it. Like, they had clips from the movie showing, and everything looks all clean compared to the rest of these TriStar ones where it's just a picture, and it's not even a good picture. It looks like someone just like drew. It almost looks like, look at that dopey looking Godzilla. That's such a dopey, like this, they look two completely different Godzillas. But anyways, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. I don't need to really say anything for this because there's not much to talk about, but yeah, TriStar owns it. Gotta show you all that stuff, all the actors. So yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's one of these discs, man. It's one of these discs, the ones where it's like 2 movies on both sides. I hate that. I wish they just had 2 discs. I know they didn't want to like cop out on money, because I bet you they didn't think anyone was going to buy this. But for the people who did, they probably felt like, oh man, this is like something I got from like the 90s. It's like one of those ones you get on like, the square paper bags, or no, yeah, like paper envelope things with like the clear plastic in the middle so you can see the disc. It's like that. I have a Weekend at Bernie's like that, man. It's like the paper square envelope, and it's like clear in the middle. And same thing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I swear, this is such a 90s disc. Like, I can even see my face in the reflection. So yeah, that's enough of that. Godzilla and Mothra, the Battle for Earth. There's this one, of course, you know how I hate the fairies. Fairies are ugly and dumb. And the part where Mothra turns into like a cocoon, spoiler alert, it's really beautiful, that part. But the fairies, they start singing, and it makes me so angry. I just want to like mute the TV when that happens. Anyways, yeah, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla and Mothra, the Battle for Earth. Next on here, we have the 50th anniversary Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla 2. And this movie is pretty okay. I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but I like it because Mechagodzilla 2's in it. Of course, this is also owned by TriStar, so there's no bonus features, and it's just a picture. Literally, it's like the ugliest menu. It's like everything's down the middle, and then you got Godzilla on this side, Mechagodzilla on this side. Everything's super saturated, so Godzilla is like super bright green, and it's just, you got all these explosions in the background, and that's it. And it just stays like that. 50th anniversary, yeah, sure. Don't even put any effort into it. And, yeah, Rodan's in it, Godzilla's in it. The one thing I could say I didn't need was Godzilla Jr. You know, no one really needs that. Pardon me, I just ate an apple. And, yeah. Okay. Now it's time we get to, like, the buttload of the entire video. Why TriStar? I think this is TriStar. Yeah, TriStar. It's different. Yeah, like, what the heck? Look at the bars, like, for all these bars. We got 2 TriStars that are big and fat like this, and then you got this tiny one. Like, I guess the other guys at, like, TriStar, they were all doing it differently and no one knew. Anyways, this is, like, probably the worst one out of them all. Because, oh my god, it made me so angry when I was watching it. The people who released this, or who were in charge, had no idea what they were doing. It was so dumb. So you got a long ad at the beginning that you can't skip, and it's for Godzilla, so you expect it to be good, right? It's like, oh, at least have a Godzilla ad on a Godzilla disc. But it's so dumb. They show clips from Godzilla Tokyo SOS and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 3, and they're like, oh, we're releasing Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster on disc in big subtitles above, while Godzilla's fighting in Tokyo SOS. That made me so angry. It's like, what are they doing? And then after 5 minutes or like 2 minutes of the ad going through, then they show like Godzilla vs. Orga, and then they're like, oh, Godzilla Tokyo SOS is coming on DVD too. And it's like, then why'd you just change the clip to another movie? Show me a clip from the movie that you're trying to advertise. Because if they're looking for Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, they're going to be like, oh, well, this is a giant robot. It's probably the Smog Monster. I'll go to get that. Like, especially if they're a Godzilla noob, right? And they go like, oh, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 3. Who would have noticed that? I mean, it's just a giant robot. Who knew it would be Mechagodzilla? I thought it was the Smog Monster. But anyways, yeah. This movie, of course, we got another Godzilla Jr. in it. And I think they have 2 completely different Godzilla Jr. costumes, because one of them is like a brighter green and this one's like darker green. But yeah, this movie is actually pretty entertaining, and this one's okay. I mean, this is the one, spoiler alert, where Godzilla dies before they reboot the franchise again and have some... That's one pet peeve I have, is when they reboot the franchise and have like no continuity. Like, if they're gonna make a Godzilla series, I wish they keep continuity between everything from now on, because I mean, it's like, oh, 985 started it over, and then like, it's like, okay, I can get they made Mechagodzilla 2 because I mean they based it off the first Mechagodzilla. And then, like, okay, yeah, there's some continuity there. That's why they call it Mechagodzilla 2, because there already was a Mechagodzilla. But there was so many reboots and stuff, or like, not reboots, like, no continuity between all the movies in the modern era movies, like up from like Godzilla 98, which I won't count as Godzilla movie, I guess. So Godzilla 2000 all the way to Godzilla Final Wars, there was like every single movie had nothing to do with each other. They're like exact sequels to the first one, except Tokyo SOS and Mechagodzilla 3, they were like sequels to each other. So yeah. Now, as a bonus feature, you guys are going to get this one. Yes, it's true, indeed. Rest in peace. Actually, I don't need to because I have it, but 2-disc collector set. Another Touhou Master Collection. Hallelujah, they have this. Because War of the Gargantuas and Rodan. War of the Gargantuas is such an enjoyable movie, but the menu is really creepy. They have like the worst music for it. I hate the menu for this movie. It's just a picture of them, and it's like it's like so annoying and creepy, but I guess that's what the movie was going for. And yeah, Rodan is your pretty average Touhou movie. I mean, that's why it got into the Godzilla movies. I mean, if this movie wasn't a sequel, or like trying to be a sequel to Frankenstein Conquers the World, which it is, but it got removed in the English version. Like, if there was only one of them, and it basically had the plot of Rodan, then these guys would probably be in a Godzilla movie instead of Rodan. And yeah, look at that Gargantua. That makeup is so horrendous. That's funny. But anyways, yeah, you get a original documentary bringing Godzilla down to size, and they're basically talking about the actors, and they bring all 3 generations of them. All 3 generations of the Godzilla suit actors together, and they all like talk and stuff. It's amazing. And then they're talking about all the miniature sets and how it's a dying art and how they want to like bring it back and preserve it, which I agree, because sometimes things look better when they're actually on the screen instead of CGI. Like, you can tell it's CGI just by looking at it, and then you can tell it's real just by looking at it. But yeah, and then in the end they get like some of the guys from the original Touhou and stuff like that to redo one of their classic special effects where they make like a volcano come out of the ground or something like that. Or no, like smoke coming out of the ocean. It's amazing optical illusion. You guys just have to watch it. This is, like, from Godzilla vs. Biollante, this is the other one that I most recommend for you guys out of the Heisei series. But then again, this is almost like Shohei or whatever it is. But yeah. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this time. And maybe when I get more of the modern era movies, then I'll review those. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Flashfire Prime, signing out. Straight from the Mushroom Kingdom. Don't forget that.